Manu, how significant is this extension of the statute of limitations?
Buenos dias. Good morning, Alistair. Well, it's very big because so far, to say it like this, the clock starts ticking at the age of 18. That's when it started to count. Now it's been moved to the age of 35. So in the most serious cases, the victims can go on trial, can bring it to justice at the age of 55. That means that not only more cases will be punished, but also reported. A lot of people will be asking for it. Healthcare professionals, especially those specialized in mental health care, that have been worrying about the time, the brain, the time young people need to digest this kind of abuse and these memories that can be blocked because they are too painful. Also, the victims have been asking for it because not only they will have more time to go on trial and these perpetrators can be punished, but also the cases can be reported, because some of the testimonies we've heard once the law was approved, it was like this, like once you gather the strength to go this step forward, to explain what happened to you, if you see that you cannot put the perpetrator on trial, you will consider, should I need to tell my family what I went through? Do they have also to live what I lived? So sometimes they find it not worthy and they decide not to report it.
And what other areas does this law include?
There are a lot of new changes. It's a pioneer law. For example, the right to be heard for the victims. Even if you are young, there will be a special training for professionals, so nobody could say that the victim was too young to understand what was happening and therefore their testimony is not valuable. Also, for example, some protection measures, like victims who are 14 or younger will need to present their testimony just once, so they don't have to relive it again and again on trial what happened. And not only it's aimed to punish perpetrators, but also to prevent. So there are some new protocols, for example, in schools, training centers, there where coaches, teachers are now by this law obliged to report these cases if they are suspicious that it's happening. And for example, just a last example, seeing what happened in Ceuta in this migration crisis in the south of Spain, what we call the unaccompanied minors, minors that are in custody and have no adults taking care of them. For example, they cannot be fully undressed while performing any sort of medical test to check their age, to check if they are positive in COVID-19 and these kind of things.
Manu Terradios from Euronews Spanish Service, thanks very much for that.
Always a pleasure.